Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. Not too long ago I made an order through BB Craft and I got this really awesome box here. This has a mixture of Superduos and superunos, and the rest are preciosa twin beads. So when I ordered this, I had an idea to make a ring, and I started working on the ring, and I didn't even get to the ring band. I completed the top of the ring, but another idea popped in my head. An idea for a bracelet, so I instantly had to put it on paper to see what it even looked like, and I thought, this is pretty cool, this is gonna work. So I started working on it, and I was using the looming technique, a one needle weaving technique where you start weaving from left to right, and it was not working at all. And then I realized that I'm probably gonna have to do like the ladder weaving. So I did that and it worked, and it turned out so cool. This is the first bracelet I made. I really love it. After I made this, and I thought it's not gonna get any better than this, but it actually did, as you can see. And it's just so cool. Now, a while back, there's another bracelet I did. It's called Crossing Paths Beaded Bracelet, and it's made with 4mm beads and 11 seed beads. And I came up with a color pattern that looks like diamonds that are like weaving through each other. So I thought, what if I could do that color pattern with this? And I managed to figure it out, and it looks so doggone cool. So here it is. And it's actually kind of hard, I think it is, to see it on this bracelet. I feel like this one here, it stands out more to me. So real quick, I'll just go over it with you. So if you look, there is a diamond right here, and inside is an X. And then here is another diamond, and then here's an X. And then again, another diamond, and an X. So it's like these diamonds are like interweaving with each other. It's a really cool design, and I'm going to show you how to do this diamond design in the video. Now here's the thing, this bracelet is a time-consuming project, so I'm going to start showing you how to do the weave, and then I'm going to stop and I'll go to this bracelet and show you how to finish it, because this will take a few hours to make and I don't have that time. So I'm going to show you how to come up with different color patterns on my phone. I have to say it's a little strange, this picture I took of my work in progress and how I hold the phone, how perfectly my hand lines up to the picture is really strange. So whenever I start designing something, I don't think I'm going to use this color and that color together. Actually, what I think of is what kinds of beads am I going to use? Am I going to use this shape bead, that size bead? And I totally ignore the color combinations, because first I want to get down my design first, and then I'll play with color. So ignore my color combinations, because I know they make no sense. So when I first started this, I was thinking that I was going to have to do some 8OC beads here at the top, but I actually figured a way to not have to do that, and I'm really happy I did, because I like it without it. So this is what it looks like now, okay? So ignore that. So I started doing this with Superduos, and I did just one color and 8OC beads, and this is the pattern, and it looks so pretty, just like this with one color. But I was thinking that I'm probably not going to have enough of one bag to do this, so I'm going to do two colors, and plus I love to mix colors together. So that's when I started working with two different colors. So I'm going to put a line here, because that's just showing me trying to figure out the design. So after I figured out the design, I then started playing with color layout. So, well, actually, I wanted to see if this would work with preciosa twins. So this is Superduos, this is twins. So I did the twins, so I'm going to put a line through there, because that's me working with the twins. And then I started playing with color. So I had this idea to make these little diamonds, and I had two diamonds side by side, and then I changed the color again and had another diamond. So right here is my next color pattern. So I would just repeat this pattern again here after this one if I wanted to keep that pattern going. And then I thought, well, what if I do like a border? So what if I had Superduos of one color on this side and the same color on the other side, and then I had a different color down the middle. So this is how I figure out my color patterns. Now this one here, it looks really confusing. I know it does. So if you're going to want to do this one, this is how I came up for designing this color layout. So my phone is a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and it comes with a pen, and I can draw on the pictures, and this really helps me with how I design my jewelry. So looking at this here, I thought, what if I just took the beads that are going in this direction and changed the color? So I'm going to show you a quick. filling in these beads that are going in this direction. I thought, what if I just did these in black and these here were white? What would that look like? So I just drawed in the picture just like that, and then going to my bracelet, you can see there, that is how I came up with my color pattern. So I just wanted to show you guys how I think with my designing, and hopefully this will help you if you're wanting to design more of your own jewelry from scratch. Here is the list of materials you will need to make these bracelets. You will need to cut 9 feet of 8-pound fireline, and I am using smoke. I always like to use this color for projects like this. Now let's say you don't have 8-pound smoke. What you can use is 6-pound monofilament in place. Now I did that when I was experimenting making this design, and it worked just fine. So that's another alternative for you guys. You're also going to need 2.5 feet of 1.5 millimeter waxed cotton cord, and the cord I am using is from BB Craft. I got these gigantic spools. They are so huge, you can't even see all of them in the camera at the same time. All 6 of these come in one package. I will leave a link for the cotton cord down there in the description bar. And by the way, you can also use 1.5 millimeter leather, and you can also find that at BB Craft. You're also going to need 2 size 10 beading needles. I'm using Tulip brand, and you're going to need Superduos. And again, I got this box of Superduos, twins, and superunos at BB Craft, and I will also have a link for this box down there in the description bar. You also need 80 seed beads, and I find that Czech seed beads work great for this, but you can also use miyuki. You will also need a button, and you can use a shank button or a 2-hole button. And you're going to need a loom or something to attach your bracelet to, and I like to use my handmade loom. I have a video telling about how I made this loom in case you're interested. I think it's called How to Make a Bead Loom. You will also need clear nail polish. Now this is to seal the ends of our wax cotton cord, and if you use leather you don't have to do that, but the wax cotton cord does fray, and clear nail polish stops that from happening. So again, this is the list of materials. I will put everything down there, including the links to the Superduos and the wax cotton cord. Go ahead and cut 2.5 feet of your 1.5 millimeter wax cotton cord. Pick up your button, put your cord through your button, and find the center of your cord. Put your ends together, just like this. Okay, so here is the very center of my cord, and I just slipped mine. Okay, now you want to keep these cords side by side, parallel to each other, so that when you tie your knot, it looks tidy. So I'm just going to go like this, pass the button through here, and slide the knot down. Now I do want to leave a gap up here behind the button so I can attach this to my loom. Doesn't have to be very big. That there looks fine. Okay, the knot looks nice and tidy, so I'm just going to go ahead and tighten my cord permanently now. So I'm going to grab one side, pull that, grab the other side, pull that, and I go back and forth 2 to 3 times, pulling this tight. Okay? So there we go, and now we can attach this to the loom. So what I do is, let's see which side looks nicer. Does it matter? I like this side. Okay, so I'm going to, there's a hook right here, and I'm going to use this loop and go just like this. Okay, and then I'm going to tie this right down here, so make sure that the cords are side by side. Come down here and just tie a knot right in front of the screw. Okay, just like that. Pull it tight, and to get it to be secure I go over and under again, and this time I go in front of the screw. Okay, now our loom is set up and we are ready to start the beading. I went ahead and put my thread onto my needles, and I made sure that I passed my needles far down my thread, and I also made sure that my tails are even. So see how they're the same length, so I don't run out of thread on one side. Now I'm going to take one of my needles, put it into my mat, take my other needle, go under the cord, pick up 2 Superduos, slide them down, get my other needle, put these 2 needles together like this, and I'm going to run my fingers down my cord, and I want my Superduos to end up in between these 2 cords, just like this. Now I'm going to slide this up a bit. Okay, I'll go to like here, and stretching out my arm, making sure that my threads are even. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this in place because I don't need this to move, and I need both of my Superduos to be pointing down, or twin beads, whatever you're using. Okay, so I'm going to get situated here. Okay, now I'm going to take one of my needles. Let's see which one. It's this one here. Okay, so I discovered that this needle is my right needle, so I'm going to pass the needle through these 2 Superduos, okay? And I'm going to hold my fingers over top of the Superduos just like this so that I don't lose the center of my thread. And I'm going to pull this thread all the way through. And I just got caught here on my desk, so I'll fix that. Okay, so pull this through just like that. Now this thread is my left thread, so I'm going to come around and I'm going to go through. I'll zoom in. I'm going to go through the same hole just like that, okay, and I'm coming out on the top of my thread or my cord, so I'm going to pull this through now. Okay, just like that. There we go. Now I'm going to put my needles together and make sure that I have the same amount of tail on each side. I want to be centered in my, okay, and I am. And it's going to be a little tricky for me to do this on camera because of my tripod and how I'm set up. I have a lot of things I'm going to get caught on. So now what I'm going to do, I'm centered, I'm going to slide this up just like this. Okay. I want this to be up close to my butt, and I do need a little bit of a gap there. I'll show you. So that's what I have on this bracelet. Now, I'm on the top of this cord and I need to go through the bottom, and the reason why is because I don't want to pierce my cord to do this next part. So I'm going to go through the bottom, I'm going to reinforce this, okay? Now, you saw how the beads were standing up on the top. Well, when you take the needles and you go underneath the cord like this, and you pull the cord, the beads, they actually sit into place better. Okay, so I can see that I can still slide this up some, so I'm going to do that while I still can. Okay, let's see, what does it look like? Okay. Slide this side up a little bit more here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is reinforce this. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass back through these 2 Superduos on the right side. Careful not to pierce the cord. So I now have this. Okay. I'm going to pull this through. And now this needle that was on the right is now becoming my left needle. So I'm going to put this in my mat and I'm going to put it on the top. I always put it on the top. It's a little reminder for me that the bottom needle, the one that's below the top, is the one I have to use next. So now I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to pass through the same hole on my Superduos. We're just reinforcing this right here because it's the beginning of our bracelet. Okay. Pass through. Just like that. And this is what we have. Now I still have a big gap there. I can slide up more. Let's see. Pull this tight. Okay. Again, I'm on the top of my cord, so I have to go underneath my cord. I'm going to zoom out some. I'm going to take my needle, this is my left needle, and I'm going to go underneath my cord. You want to do this on the inside, okay? Just like that. Take the other needle, go underneath the cord. Pull the thread through. Okay, now grab the thread on each side and pull it tight. And it makes the beads sit just where you need them. Okay, I'm just trying to get this straight because I don't want it to be crooked on me. Okay, and it looks good. I think it looks good now. So now what we're going to do is take the needle. I'm coming from the back side of the bracelet, and I'm going to pass through one Superduo. I'm going to do this with my right hand. I'm going to pick up most of the beads with my right hand just because I'm right-handed. Okay, so passing through one Superduo, just like that. Then I'm going to pick up one seed bead, one 8/0, and I'm going to go through the next Superduo. Okay. Now I just used this needle. This is my right needle, so I'm going to put it, I'll show you, up here on the top with my mat. Okay, I'll flip this thread up so I don't get caught in it. And now I'm going to take my left needle, which is on the bottom of the needle I just placed there, and I'm going to pass through these 3 beads. So through the Superduo, the 8/0, okay, and then take the needle and go through the last Superduo there. Pull the thread through. Okay, now do you see how this is sticking up? It's sticking up because, this is our reminder, we have to take our needle and go underneath this cord from the inside, in between the cords. Okay, so here's my right side. Now I have to take my left needle, do the same thing, underneath the cord. Okay, and then pull the thread on each side and these beads should pop right in between. See that right there? How they just popped right in between our cord. It looks really good. Okay, now we're going to pick up a blue Superduo and an orange on the right side. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to pass through this 8/0. Okay, just like that. Again, taking the same thread, I'm going to pick up an orange and a Superduo that is blue, and I'm going to slide this down. So right now the orange is going to be the X and the blue is going to be the diamond. Okay, now I'm taking my left needle and I'm going to pass through all of these beads that I just picked up. Okay, now I might be able to do it in one shot, or I might have to do it in a couple tries. Okay, I got it one shot. So passing through. Now the left thread is my right thread. Okay, so there we go. So the beads are standing up again. This is a reminder, we have to go under these cords, and you have to go under them through the center. You don't want to go under them through the side there. Okay, doing this makes the beads lay flat. Again, this is my left needle, I'm going underneath the cord through the center. Now stop and pull both of these tight. Okay, now I have this. Alright, so now we are underneath the back of the cord, and I have to pick up beads. So with my right needle, I'm going to take the needle and pass through this Superduo. Okay. And then I'm going to pick up an 8/0 seed bead, and I'm going to pass through these 2 orange Superduos. Now if you look, do you see how these 2 are touching and these are separated? The 2 that are touching, that means we have to pass through both of them. Just like that, okay? The ones that are separated, that means there's going to be a bead there. Okay, just like that. I'm going to pick up another 8/0 and pass through the last Superduo. Just like that. Okay, so I'm done with the right thread for now. I'm going to put it up here in my mat, get my thread away, and I'm going to come to my left needle. I'm going to pass the needle through all of these beads that I just added, but I'm going to have to do a couple at a time because of the angle my holes are in the beads. So I'm passing through 2. Okay, pull that tight. And then I'm going to pass through the 2 orange Superduos. And then through the 8/0 and the blue Superduo. Just like that. Okay, then take the needle. I'm on the top of the cord right now. I need to go down to the bottom, and I have to go down to the bottom between the cords. Just like that. This is, right now our beads are sticking up, see? So doing this makes it lay down. Take the needle, go between the cords, come out the bottom. Now grab both threads and pull them tight, just like that, and it makes the bracelet lay flat. Awesome, isn't it? Okay, so that's what we have so far. Now I'm going to pick up a Superduo, and I'm going to do blue, 1 blue through the 8/0. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to pick up 2 orange Superduos. And then through this 8/0. Okay, and then another blue, and slide this bead down. Now I have no bead to pass through with this one other than just picking that bead up there, so I'm going to take this thread and I'm going to put it up here on the top of my mat, and then I'm going to take the left needle, which is on the bottom. I always try to remember to do that. I'm going to pass through all these beads, and again you could probably just do a few at a time. Okay, so I just passed through 4. Now I have to pass through this 8/0 and through the Superduo. Okay, and again, right now my thread is on top of the cord. I need it to be on the bottom so that the bracelet lays flat, so I'm going to go underneath the cord. So you have to do this every time. You have to remember to go underneath. It's important. Okay, pull this tight. Pull it just like this. Sometimes I also like to take my fingers and I go like this and I push it so that there's no gaps. Alright, now I'm back over here on the right side, and I have 1 seed bead and then 1 2 seed beads, and now I'm going to be doing 3. So I'll show you on this one I already made. So I'm right here. This is the line I'm at right now. So I'm going to have to pick up 3 8/0s. So pick up an 8/0 and go through this Superduo and through the next one, because again these are touching. See how these are kind of butted up? So I have to put my needle through both of those. Okay, I'm going to pick up another 8/0 and I'm going to pass through the next 2 Superduos. Pick up another 8/0 and slide this bead down. Okay, so I'm done with my right thread for now, so I'm going to put my needle on the top of my mat, put my thread up there out of my way. Now I'm going to take my left needle and pass through all of these beads that I just went through with my right needle. through the 8-0, Superduo. And yeah, most of the time you can only do like 2 beads at a time because of the angle of the holes. Okay, I have these 2 here. Alright, so now both of my threads are passing through these beads. I'm pulling this tight, and I'm on the top right now. So as you can see, the beads are standing up. So I have to take both needles and go down through the center so I come out on the bottom of my bracelet. Now take your thread and pull it tight, and the beads should lay flat. They're laying flat now. Now this time, I'm not going to start picking up beads. I have to pass through this bead in order to pick up beads. So see how the 8-0 is sitting here like this? So sometimes I forget to pass with the 8-0 and then pick up beads. Sometimes I just pick up beads, slide them down, like, oh, I forgot to pass with the 8-0. Have to take the beads off. So always have to remember this right here. Okay, now I can pick up the beads. Now I'm finishing my diamond here, so I'm actually going to be picking up an orange bead, and then the blue, and then I pass through the 8-0. Okay, and I'm going to pick up a blue, and then the orange, and pass through this 8-0. Okay, again, I'm going to put this thread on the top here of my mat, put the needle up high, out of my way, and then I'm going to go to my left needle and pass through all of these beads. Let's see, I went through 3 there. Okay, I have to go through the 8-0. Okay, so I made it through an 8-0 and a Superduo, and now I have to go through a Superduo and the 8-0 in the end. Careful you don't pierce your cord. Okay, again, our needles are on the top of the cord. They need to go underneath, so I'm going to pass my needle underneath the cord, and then take my left needle and go under the cord again on the inside in between. Okay, and then grab both of our threads and pull it tight, just like that. It's really pretty. I'm loving the colors. Alright, so I just did 1 seed bead, 2, 3 seed beads. So now I'm going to be doing 2 seed beads. So if you look, I have 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 throughout the entire bracelet, and then at the end, pretend this is the end, we'll have to do 2 seed beads, and then we'll have to decrease to 1. So now I have to do 2. So I'm right here. I have to pass my needle through this Superduo. Okay, pick up 1 seed bead, and then pass the needle through these 2 Superduos that are touching. Pick up another 8-0 and pass through that last Superduo there in the end. Okay, so I'm done with the right needle for now. I'm going to put it up here on the top of my mat, out of my way, move my thread up there, and go to my left needle. I'm going to pass through all of these beads that I just added, which were the 2 8-0 seed beads and the Superduos that were already there. Okay, now I have to go through these 2. And then through these 2 beads. Take the needle, go underneath of the cord on both sides. So now we're working on the orange diamond. Pull this tight. It makes our beadwork lay flat. Alright, I'm going to pick up an orange Superduo and go through this seed bead. And then I'm going to pick up 2 blue and go through the next seed bead. Sorry if I keep getting out of frame, but I have so many things I'm getting caught on at my desk. It's really hard to not get stuck. Okay, that's the wrong color. Orange. Picking up an orange, sliding that down. Okay, I'm done with the right thread for now. I'm going to put my needle again up here on the top of my mat, out of my way. Then I'm going to take my left needle and I'm going to pass through the beads that I just added. And again, I'm probably going to have to do 2 at a time. Now I'm going to pass through these 2. And I'm going to pass through the 8-0 and the next Superduo. Okay, pull that tight. And again, I need both of my threads to be on the bottom of my cord, so I'm going to go down here through the middle. Okay, pull this tight. So I just finished with these Superduos. There's 2 seed beads here. Now I have to do 3 seed beads. Pick up a seed bead, go through these 2 Superduos. These are touching, so that means that they have to be closed. And then there's a gap here in the middle. That means I need another seed bead. Pass through these 2. Okay, pick up another seed bead and I'm going to slide this down. Again, I'm going to put my right needle up here, up out of the way, and my thread, and I'm going to the left needle and I'm going to pass through all of these beads. Okay, again, take the needle, go in between the cord. Take the left needle. I am getting caught on everything. Okay. Just like that. Pull it tight, and again, scooch the thread down like that. Okay, so now we have this. Very pretty. Now we're going to be closing the orange diamond. And I have the 3 seed beads here, and remember that means I have to take the needle and pass through this seed bead before I pick up any beads. Okay, now I'm going to pick up a blue Superduo and an orange, and I'm going to pass through the center seed bead there. Okay, and then I'll pick up an orange and a blue and go through this one. Okay, I'm done with the right for now. I'm going to put the needle up here, out of my way, and the thread. Going to the left thread, I have to now pass through all of these beads that I just went through with my right. It's getting loose, I'm going to pull it snug. And let's see, I'll flip these beads up so I can get through. So yeah, there's some places where you can only go through 2 beads at a time, and this is the place. Because of our thread path is like going up down, it's wavy. Alright, just have one more seed bead now. Okay, the needle has to go underneath the cord. Left needle also underneath the cord. And then I'm going to pull my thread tight. And there we go. So I have a blue diamond, and I have an orange diamond, and I have an orange X and a blue X. Okay, so I just finished a row of Superduos. That means I have to do a row of seed beads now. And if you look back, I have 3 seed beads here, so that means I have to do 2 seed beads now. So pull this tight, and then take the needle and pass through this Superduo. Pick up a seed bead and go in between these 2. Pick up a seed bead and through the last one. Again, I'm going to take my right thread, put it up here, out of my way, into my mat, then take my left thread. I'm going to pass through all the beads that my right just went through. Oops. Okay. Thought I'd not, but it didn't. Guess it was just a kink. Okay, the beads are sticking up on the top. I have to go through the bottom. So underneath the cords. And remember, always go in between the cords. Like this. Okay, now pull this tight, and it should instantly lay flat. And I also like to scooch the sides in there sometimes. So this is what I have now. Now I'm in the center of a blue diamond and an orange X. Okay, with the right thread, I'm going to pick up a blue Superduo, pass through here, and then 2 orange through the next 8-0, and now another blue Superduo, and slide this one down. Okay, and again, I'm going to put the right tail up here, up out of my way. To the left, I'm going to pass through all the beads that my right just went through. Through these 2. I'm not left-handed at all. And I was not supposed to go that way, so I have to go through this loop here. Okay. Okay. And then through these 2. Pull it tight. Again, I'm on the top of my bracelet. I need to be on the bottom now to add more beads, so I'm going to go underneath. Pull both threads tight. Okay, so looking back, I just did a row of Superduos. Ahead of that, I did 2 seed beads. So now I have to do 3 seed beads. pick up a seed bead, go through these two, and again I'm going through these two because they're kind of touching. There's a gap here, so where there's gaps that means I have to put a seed bead. So I'm going through these two here, pick up another seed bead, and go between these two. Pick up another seed bead, slide that down. I'm going to take my right needle, put it up here on the top of my mat out of my way, and go to my left and pass through all of the beads that my right just went through. Okay. Pass through these two. Okay, again I'm on the top of the bracelet. I need to go underneath. Take the needle, go under the cord. Ugh, I'm stuck again. Okay, I'm stuck again. There we go. Alright, left needle under the cord. Again, I'll show you, see how it's sticking up. The row I just did. Pull these two threads tight. And now they're laying flat. So I'm going to be closing this blue diamond. In order to do that, I have to pick up an orange and a blue. Oops, I almost forgot, see? I have to pass through this seed bead before I pick up beads, because I just did 3 there. And then I pick up an orange and a blue and through the middle bead. If I didn't have my loom hanging off the side of my desk so I can be in camera shot, I probably wouldn't be getting stuck so much, but my loom is like a quarter off of the desk and I keep getting stuck on the back of my loom. Okay, now a blue and then an orange and then through this bead here. Okay, put the right tail and needle on the top up here out of the way and get the left needle and pass through all of the beads that our right just went through. Let's see, can I do 3 at a time? Come on. Okay, one more. Now take the needles and go down in between the cords. Pull the threads tight. Alright, we just finished with a row of Superduos. I have 3 seed beads there. This means that I have to do 2 seed beads now. So I'm going to take the needle, pass through this Superduo, and pick up a seed bead. So if you feel comfortable with this, you can go ahead and fast forward, but I think I should probably do finish the rest of the orange diamond, and then I'll leave you guys. I just want to make sure that beginners can make this. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Okay, coming out of here, I have my seed bead. I'm going to pass through these two because they are touching. That means we have to go through them. Okay, pick up one more seed bead and pass through this orange Superduo. Okay, I'm done with the right thread and needle, so I'm putting that up there. Taking the left now and passing through all the beads that I just went through with the right side. So I will say that at the beginning of this, it is kind of frustrating when you first start up here and you're trying to get those beads centered and trying to get it even, but as you go, your thread is getting shorter and you're not going to be getting caught on a camera tripod or other things like that because of how I'm set up to film. I get caught on stuff, so it's just because of me filming this is why I keep getting stuck. Because when I was not filming this, I was doing great. I didn't get stuck at all. Okay, I'm going underneath the cord again because I just finished passing through there with my left side. Pull this tight, scooch this down. I really noticed that after I do the two seed beads here, this is sticking out further, so I have gaps on the sides there. So every time I like to pull it tight and push the cord in like that. Okay, that's what I have so far. So now I have to pick up with my right. I always like to pick up beads with my right. An orange Superduo, pass through, and then two blue, pass through here, and an orange, and slide this down. I'm done with the right thread. Again, put up high out of your way on the top of there, and then take the left needle and pass through all the beads that your right needle just went through. Now, when I first made this, I didn't attach this bracelet to my loom. I actually attached it to a bead tray. I have this velvet bead tray. I've showed it in a video before. And I just put these bulldog clips at the top and bottom of the tray, and it was suspended like an inch off of the floor of the tray, and I made the bracelets on that. I actually didn't use the loom the first time. So you just need a place to set this bracelet up so that it stays taut and so that you can work on it. Okay, passing under the cord again. Pull it tight. The beads lay flat. Alright, I just finished a row of Superduos. Looking back, I have 2 seed beads. This now means that I have to do 3 seed beads. Picking up 1 seed bead, passing through these 2 because they're touching. Pick up another seed bead and pass through these 2. And look, see, I'm stuck in the corner right there because it's hanging off of my desk. Okay, 1 more seed bead, and this one I have to slide down because I have no other bead to go through. So I'm going to put my needle up here out of the way and go to the left needle, and again I have to pass through all of these beads that my right just went through a couple more. Oops, let's see, oh, all 4 one time. Okay, pull that tight. I'm going to take the needle, go underneath the cord. So we're fixing to finish this diamond up. And then I'll let you do this by yourself. And if you have any problems, you just rewind the video. Okay, so here we are right now. So I just finished with 3 seed beads, I have to take my needle and go through the first seed bead so I could pick up beads. I'm going to pick up a blue and an orange and go through the middle one. Okay, and then pick up an orange and blue and through the last seed bead here. Okay, put the right tail up here out of my way, go to the left, and I'm going to pass through all the beads that my right just went through. Got 3 more to go. Pull it tight. Again, pass the needle under the cord. And pull both of these threads tight at the same time. Scooch this down. There we go. Okay, I just finished a row of Superduos, and if you look back, I have 3 seed beads. Now I have to do 2 seed beads. So take the needle, pass through this Superduo, pick up 1 seed bead, pass through these 2 Superduos because they are touching. That's the rule. If they're touching, you're going to go through both. Pick up another seed bead and pass through this one. And then take your right needle, put it up here out of the way along with your thread, go to the left needle and pass through all the beads that your right just went through. Then pass through those 2 there. I'm on the top, so I have to go underneath the cord with both needles. Stop and pull both threads and push the cord inward like that. Okay, so now I have this. So I just completed the orange diamond and the blue X. So here is where I'm going to leave you. Now I do want to point out that you do want to stop right here after you do the 2 seed beads. Okay, so right now where I'm at, that's where you're going to want to stop. So keep going making this bracelet till it's long enough to fit you, and I'll show you how to close this bracelet here up. I have to take this one off the loom. Real quick, I'm going to talk about the sizing for this bracelet because I know if I don't talk about it, I'll get asked about it. Now, the thing is, the Superduos are bigger than the Czech twin beads, so you will need more of the twins because they're smaller and less of the Superduos to make this bracelet. Now, when I first made this, I made the bracelet and I took it off the loom and I'm like, this might be enough. Will it fit me? And I wrapped it around. I saw that I needed a little bit more, so I added a little bit more, and again I took it off the loom, tried it on, and I had this much of a gap. Now I knew that my loop here is about 1 inch long, so I went ahead and finished it, and it was a perfect size. And all 3 of these bracelets, by the way, the finished ones, are 8 inches. So another way to tell is to count how many diamonds you make. So this here is a green diamond and that's the blue diamond, so I'm going to go ahead and count right here at the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is 8 inches long. If you want a shorter bracelet, then you would then do 13 diamonds. Now the twin beads are smaller, so I used more of these in this bracelet, so this one will be different. So in this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 diamonds. So with the twin beads you will have to do 14 diamonds to make a smaller bracelet. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this bracelet up with you, and I laid the beads out in the order that I have to pick them up. So I'm gonna pick up this Superduo here, and right now I'm halfway through a diamond pattern, so I'm going to take the needle and pass through that seed bead, and then I have to pick up 2 more Superduos, and I love this color here. It's green Picasso. It's really pretty. And then I'm going to pass through the next 8-0 and then pick up my last Superduo for this row, slide this down, and I'll put my needle up here, and I'm going to go to the left needle now and pass through all the beads that I just went through with the right. Through these 2. Oh, something I forgot to mention earlier. I did notice that the Preciosa twin beads, you have to use more of those than you would have to use of the Superduos, because the twins are smaller than the Superduos, so you'll need more of those to make this bracelet. Okay, so here I am now. So I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go underneath the cord, just like that. Take this other needle, the left, and go under the cord. Now normally, after we do this part here, I would pick up a seed bead and go through these, because I have 2 seed beads here. But here's the thing, we're going to be tapering this down to finish it off. I should show you on this one. See that right there? So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be picking up seed beads. I'm going to leave off with the 2, and I'm going to do 1 seed bead. So I'm going to take the needle and pass through these 2 Superduos, not picking up a seed bead there at the beginning. Pick up 1 seed bead, this is just for the middle here, and through these 2 Superduos. Okay, go to the other needle, and I have to pass through all 5 of these beads. Through these ones here. Pull that tight, take the needle, go down, pull this tight, make sure you smush it together, and then I'm going to take and pick up 1 Superduo through the 8-0, 1 Superduo, slide that down, put the thread on the top of my mat, get the left needle and pass through these 3 beads. One more. Go underneath the cord. And pull this tight. So now I have this. Okay, so I'm completely ending it with a diamond pattern. I'm not cutting in the middle. Okay, pull this tight. Now I'm on the bottom, right? I have to take the needle and pass through these 2. Just like that. Take my other needle, pass through these 2. Pull this tight. I have to take the needle, go down, continue to pull it tight because it will loosen up on you. Pull it tight. I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to pass through these 2 Superduos again, and I'm just going to reinforce it right here because it loosens up on me. Pull it tight. Alright, and there we go. Okay, so in order to tie knots, you're going to have to take the bracelet off the loom. And looking here at the bracelet, you can see that your threads are going at an angle like this. Do you see that? My threads are going at an angle. Now there's only one place where the thread is straight, and that's where I came out of the 3 seed bead row. So that it's a straight thread here. But everywhere else it's at an angle like this. So I have to follow the same thread path that I already have so that my bracelet doesn't pull weird in different directions. So I'm coming out of the Superduo. And I can see that I have a thread path going in this direction. So I'm going to stay on that thread path, and I'm going to go in through the next hole of the Superduo, just like this. Okay? Now I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to take the needle, pass down right here, come through, and then I'm going to catch, I want to catch this thread that's going into the 8/0. So that means I need to come through here. Okay, you could see that. Come through here, and I'm going to pass through this loop twice. I'm already passing through it once, so I'm going to go through it again. Okay, that's twice. And I'm going to pull this needle down, or this knot down. And now I'm going to go through the 8/0. Okay, just like that. I'm going to swap over to my other needle, and again I'm going to do the same thing. I'll be following the same thread path. I'm going at an angle, laying on top of the thread that's already there, and I'm going to go through this Superduo. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this needle and go through this Superduo so that's out of my way, so I could tie a knot there. Okay, now I'm going to take this needle, my other one that I haven't tied a knot with yet, and I'm going to go down in between the beads there, and then come up right beside the 8/0. Okay, and then pass through the loop 2 times and bring that knot down, and then through the 8/0. Okay, and then through the Superduo. And careful not to pierce any threads. Okay, now I'm going to pull both threads tight. So let's see. So right now, this is where I'm at, and my threads are going at this angle. So right now, if I were to go into this Superduo, I would be making a new thread path. It would look like an X, okay? So in order to fix that, I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go down, just like we were doing when we were weaving this bracelet. On the inside of the cord, do the same thing with the other side. Go down on the inside. So now we're on the other side of the bracelet. So coming out of this Superduo, like this at an angle, I'm going to go in through the next one. And I'm actually probably going to go in, let's see, can I do one? Just all depends if I can. Yeah, now sometimes it's hard to go through like this. I am managing to do it, but if it's too tight, what you just want to do is go through like this so that you come out at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then I'm going to come up through here, so I'm on the side that I need to be, and I'm going to tie a knot right here in the Superduos. So I'm going to pass down through here, pull the thread up through here, make a loop, tie a knot, and then I'm going to pass through this Superduo and then through the 8/0, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm just going to be weaving back and forth through the Superduos, trying to keep my thread on the same thread path going at an angle here on the side. Sometimes you have to go through around the cord on the inside in order to do that. So just keep going, tying your half hitch knots, and I tie maybe 3 to 4 knots with each thread, and then I hide my tail and I trim it off. It is a little tricky to tie knots in here. You just have to make sure that you follow the same thread path that's on the outside of the bracelet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, finish tying knots, and I'll come back and show you how to do the rest. I finished tying my knots with my fireline, and now I'm going to tie the knots in the cord. So to do that, I run my fingers down the cord like this, and I loop it, and then I take the 2 ends and I pass through the loop, and then I slide the knot down, trying to keep them side by side, making the knot look tidy. Okay, just like this, just slowly adjusting it. Looks good. Now I'm going to pull one cord at a time. Down this way a little bit. Pulling it very tight. Okay. That's what I have so far. Again, pull it tight one more time. Okay, now I'm going to do it again. This time I have to make sure that my button can pass through the loop. So let's see here. Okay, let's see. Does it fit? Yes, it does, and it's actually perfect like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this tight. Pull one cord at a time. Now on this bracelet here, I did have some beads that actually fit on this cord and match the colors that were in here. But for the other ones, I don't have any beads that match these. But I think these are really big seed beads. This one here. Oh, I don't know what size they are. They're pretty huge. Maybe 2Os. They're really big. Okay, so I'm just going to finish this here. Check one more time. Make sure the button fits. Yep, perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut off the cord. And I just use my wire cutters to do it. And then I take clear nail polish and I seal the ends of this so it doesn't unravel. And then you're all done, and that's it. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so you get notified when I upload new videos, and like me on Facebook. And don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry you've made from my videos on my Facebook page and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching.